Welcome to another episode of the English Hustle podcast. I'm Alex, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Maria.
Hi, everyone. We're excited to dive into a topic that can truly transform your life, the magic of thinking big.
Absolutely. Thinking big is not just about having lofty dreams. It's about cultivating a mindset that empowers us to achieve extraordinary things, both personally and professionally.
Exactly. In today's fast-paced world, it's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking small or limiting ourselves. But when we embrace a big vision, we open ourselves up to countless opportunities and possibilities.
One of my favorite quotes that encapsulates this idea comes from David J. Schwartz, the author of The Magic of Thinking Big. He said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." This reminds us that it's never too late to think bigger.
That's so true. This episode will explore the significance of thinking big, how it can inspire us to push beyond our comfort zones and take bold steps toward our goals. We'll share practical tips and real-life stories that demonstrate the incredible impact of a big mindset.
So whether you're looking to advance in your career, start a new project, or simply want to adopt a more ambitious outlook on life, you won't want to miss this episode. Let's unlock the magic of thinking big together.
Let's get started.
Welcome back. Now, let's dive into some key vocabulary that will help us understand the concept of thinking big. These terms are essential to the mindset we'll be discussing today.
Absolutely. Our first term is ambition. Ambition is the strong desire to achieve something, typically requiring determination and hard work. An ambitious person sets high goals for themselves and is willing to take risks to achieve them, whether in their career or personal life.
Great. Next, we have mindset. Mindset refers to the established set of attitudes held by someone. It can greatly influence how we approach challenges and opportunities. A growth mindset encourages individuals to see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as obstacles.
Our third term is visualization. Visualization is the practice of creating mental images of your goals and the steps needed to achieve them. Athletes often use visualization techniques to imagine themselves succeeding in their sports, which helps boost their confidence and performance.
Exactly. Now let's talk about resilience. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties or setbacks. A resilient person can bounce back from failure and continue pursuing their big goals, learning from their experiences along the way.
Now that we've defined these terms, let's engage our listeners with a quick vocabulary quiz.
Here's how it works. I'll say a definition, and Maria will give you the key term. Ready? This term describes the strong desire to achieve something, often requiring hard work.
That's ambition.
The practice of creating mental images of your goals.
That's visualization.
This term refers to the established attitudes that influence how we approach challenges.
That's mindset.
The capacity to recover quickly from setbacks.
That's resilience.
Fantastic job, everyone. Now, we encourage you to use these words in your own sentences. For instance, you might say, "Having a strong mindset is crucial for achieving my ambition."
Share your sentences with us in the comments section. We love hearing from our listeners and seeing how you apply these concepts in your own lives.
Great! Let's move on to the next segment where we'll dive deeper into the main conversation about thinking big. Welcome back to the main conversation on the magic of thinking big. Today, we're diving deep into why thinking big is so crucial for our personal and professional growth.
That's right, Alex. One of the first things we need to address is the mindset shift required to think big. Many people have limiting beliefs that hold them back.
Absolutely. Limiting beliefs often stem from past experiences, societal norms, or even self-doubt. For example, someone might think, "I'm not qualified enough to pursue that career," or "I don't have the skills to start my own business."
Yes, and these thoughts can be incredibly damaging. To cultivate a mindset that embraces big thinking, we need to recognize and challenge these beliefs.
So true. One effective strategy is to practice positive affirmations. For instance, if you catch yourself thinking negatively, try reframing it. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I am capable of learning and growing."
That's a great point. Additionally, surrounding yourself with positive influences can help shift your mindset. When you're around people who think big, it can inspire you to do the same.
Right. Speaking of inspiration, we have a special guest today who embodies the spirit of thinking big. Please welcome Jane Doe, an entrepreneur and motivational speaker who has transformed her life by embracing a big mindset.
Thanks for having me, Alex and Maria. I'm thrilled to be here.
Jane, can you share your journey with us? What inspired you to start thinking big, and what were some of the challenges you faced?
Absolutely. I started my career in a corporate job where I felt stuck. I realized that my dreams were much bigger than what I was settling for. The turning point was when I attended a seminar that focused on big thinking. It opened my eyes to what was possible.
That sounds like a powerful experience. What specific strategies did you implement after that?
One of the first things I did was to set audacious goals. I started a business with the vision of creating a platform that empowers others. I also committed to continuous learning, reading books, attending workshops, and networking with like-minded individuals.
That's inspiring. How did you handle setbacks along the way?
Resilience is key. I faced many challenges, from financial struggles to self-doubt. Instead of letting them defeat me, I viewed them as learning opportunities. I reminded myself that every failure is a stepping stone toward success.
Such valuable insights, Jane. How can our listeners start applying these strategies in their own lives?
First, they need to believe in their potential. Set big but achievable goals. Create a roadmap and break those goals down into actionable steps. Also, remember to celebrate small wins along the way. It helps maintain motivation.
Fantastic advice. Thank you, Jane, for sharing your journey and insights with us.
That was such an inspiring conversation with Jane. Now, let's explore some practical strategies for our listeners to start thinking big.
One effective strategy is goal visualization. Encourage listeners to visualize their big goals clearly. Imagine what achieving them looks and feels like.
Yes, and they can create a vision board as a visual reminder of their goals. This can include images, quotes, and anything that represents their aspirations.
Another important aspect is taking action. It's one thing to think big, but action is where the magic happens. Start with small, manageable steps that align with your big goals.
Absolutely. And don't forget about accountability. Share your goals with friends or join a group that encourages big thinking. Having someone to hold you accountable can make a huge difference.
Finally, we should emphasize the importance of mindfulness and reflection. Regularly reflect on your progress, adjust your goals if necessary, and stay mindful of your mindset. This self-awareness can help you stay aligned with your big vision.
Great points, Maria. Thinking big is a continuous journey and it requires dedication and commitment.
That wraps up our main conversation. Remember, every small step you take towards your big dreams matters.
Yes. Let's keep that momentum going. Next, we'll move into our short story segment, where we'll share a compelling example of someone who achieved great success through thinking big. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to share a compelling story that perfectly illustrates the power of thinking big. Today, we're highlighting the journey of one of the most iconic figures in the tech industry, Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs is a fantastic example. His story is a testament to how thinking big can change not only one life, but the world. Let's take a look at his journey.
Steve Jobs co-founded Apple Inc. in 1976. However, it wasn't always smooth sailing. In the early days, Jobs and his team faced numerous challenges. The tech landscape was highly competitive, and their innovative ideas were often met with skepticism.
Right. One of the biggest challenges came in 1985 when Jobs was ousted from Apple due to internal power struggles. This was a significant blow, especially after pouring so much passion into the company.
But instead of letting this setback defeat him, Jobs embraced the challenge. He started a new company called Next, focusing on high-end computers for the education and business markets. His vision for Next was ambitious. He aimed to create the most powerful personal computer ever.
Exactly. However, Next struggled initially as the products were expensive and the market was limited. But Jobs didn't waver. He continued to think big, pouring his energy into refining the product and seeking excellence.
Jobs' big thinking paid off when Apple acquired Next in 1997, bringing Jobs back to the company he had co-founded. He returned as CEO, and with a renewed vision, he was determined to transform Apple into an innovative powerhouse.
One of the most notable products that emerged from his comeback was the iMac. Jobs envisioned a computer that was not only functional but also aesthetically pleasing. The iMac revolutionized personal computing with its bold design and user-friendly interface.
And it didn't stop there. Jobs continued to think big, leading the launch of iconic products like the iPod, iPhone, and iPad. Each of these products transformed industries and how we interact with technology.
Throughout this journey, Jobs faced numerous obstacles, including criticism, market competition, and personal challenges. However, his resilience and unwavering belief in his vision drove him to overcome these hurdles.
What's truly inspiring about Jobs' story is his mantra: think different. He believed that to innovate, one must break away from conventional thinking and dare to dream big. His legacy is a powerful reminder of how ambitious thinking can lead to groundbreaking success.
Exactly. By focusing on the user experience and embracing creativity, Jobs not only resurrected Apple, but also reshaped the technology landscape. Today, Apple is one of the most valuable companies in the world, and that all started with one person's big vision.
So, what can our listeners take away from Steve Jobs' story? It's essential to embrace failure as a stepping stone, stay resilient in the face of challenges, and always aim for the extraordinary.
Yes. Remember that thinking big often comes with risks, but the rewards can be life-changing.
Up next, we'll share some fun facts related to thinking big and success. Now it's time for some fun facts and interesting statistics that shed light on the psychology of thinking big, success, and how different cultures perceive ambition.
Let's kick things off with some statistics related to success. Did you know that according to a study by Harvard Business School, only 3% of people write down their goals? Yet, those who do are significantly more likely to achieve them.
That's a powerful statistic. It really highlights the importance of clarity in our goals. Writing them down transforms vague ideas into tangible objectives.
Absolutely. Here's another interesting fact. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who adopt a growth mindset are more likely to achieve their long-term goals. This mindset allows individuals to embrace challenges and view failures as opportunities to learn.
That ties perfectly into the theme of today's episode. When you think big, having a growth mindset is crucial. It helps you navigate obstacles and maintain motivation.
Now let's shift our focus to how different cultures perceive ambition and success. In Western cultures, particularly in the United States, ambition is often celebrated. It's common for people to be encouraged to pursue their dreams fiercely, regardless of the risks involved.
Right. However, in some Eastern cultures, such as Japan or China, success can often be viewed through the lens of collectivism rather than individualism. Achievements are celebrated as a reflection of family or community success, and there's often more emphasis on harmony and consensus.
That's an interesting contrast. In Japan, for example, the concept of ganbaru encourages individuals to persevere and give their best effort, but it also emphasizes humility and teamwork over individual glory.
Exactly. Another interesting cultural perspective is seen in Nordic countries, where ambition is still valued, but there's also a strong focus on work-life balance and societal welfare. People there tend to prioritize collective well-being alongside personal achievements.
Speaking of balance, did you know that research shows that people in cultures that prioritize individual success tend to experience higher levels of stress and burnout? This highlights the importance of not just thinking big, but also taking care of our mental health.
That's a vital point. Balance is key to sustaining ambition over the long term.
Here's a fun fact about ambition itself. Studies suggest that ambitious people tend to have higher levels of happiness and satisfaction in life. This may be because they feel a greater sense of purpose when pursuing their goals.
Absolutely. And here's a quirky fact. According to a survey by Gallup, people who set ambitious goals are 30% more likely to feel fulfilled in their jobs compared to those who don't set clear objectives.
That's a significant difference. It really shows how having a big vision can positively impact not just your career, but your overall happiness and fulfillment in life.
To wrap things up, let's remember that while cultural perspectives on ambition may vary, the underlying principle remains the same. Thinking big and setting ambitious goals can lead to remarkable achievements and a more satisfying life.
Exactly. Up next, we'll engage in a fun dialogue exercise that helps us practice the vocabulary and concepts we've covered today. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our dialogue segment. Today, we're going to engage in a role-play scenario that highlights the common challenges people face when trying to think big.
That's right. We'll be portraying two characters. Alex will represent someone with a thinking small mindset, while I'll take on the role of someone embracing big thinking.
Let's set the scene. We're two friends discussing our career aspirations over coffee.
Hey, Alex, I just signed up for a leadership course. I really believe it's going to help me launch my own business someday.
That sounds great, Maria, but starting a business is really risky. What if it doesn't work out?
I get that, but what if it does work out? I've always wanted to create a platform that helps people achieve their dreams. I think I owe it to myself to try.
But you already have a stable job. Why take that risk? Isn't it better to just focus on climbing the corporate ladder?
I see your point, but I think thinking big means being open to new opportunities. Staying in my comfort zone won't help me grow.
I guess. But it's hard not to worry. What if I fail and can't pay my bills?
That's a valid concern, but failure is often part of the process. Every successful entrepreneur has faced setbacks. The key is to learn from them and keep moving forward.
Maybe. But I've heard so many stories of people who tried and lost everything. Isn't it better to play it safe?
Playing it safe can lead to missed opportunities. Thinking big doesn't mean being reckless. It means setting ambitious goals and being willing to take calculated risks.
That's true. I guess it's just easier to think small.
It may feel easier, but you might miss out on incredible experiences. Have you ever thought about what you truly want in life?
Well, I've always wanted to write a book, but I don't know if anyone would want to read it.
That's the perfect example. Why not give it a shot? Start small. Maybe write a blog first. It's a way to build confidence and see if people resonate with your ideas.
I never thought about it that way. I always assumed I'd need to have it all figured out first.
Thinking big is about taking that first step, even if you don't have the whole plan mapped out. Every small action leads to bigger outcomes.
You're right. Maybe I should stop holding myself back.
Exactly. And remember, you have a supportive network. Share your ideas with friends or seek out mentors who can guide you.
That was a great discussion. It really highlights the contrasting perspectives on thinking big versus thinking small.
Yes, and we want to hear from our listeners. Have you faced challenges in pursuing your big dreams? What mindset shifts helped you overcome them?
Share your thoughts in the comments or on our social media platforms. We'd love to feature some of your stories in our next episode.
Engaging with our listeners not only helps us grow, but also fosters a community where we can all inspire each other to think bigger.
Exactly. Up next, we'll wrap up our episode with some practice exercises to help you apply what we've discussed today. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the conclusion of today's episode on the magic of thinking big. It's been an inspiring discussion, and I think we've covered a lot of ground.
Absolutely. Let's recap the key points we discussed. We started with the importance of mindset and how embracing a big vision can unlock incredible opportunities in our personal and professional lives.
Right. We also highlighted some essential vocabulary, including terms like ambition, resilience, and visualization, which are crucial for cultivating a big thinking mindset.
Then we shared the powerful story of Steve Jobs and how his journey exemplified the magic of thinking big. His ability to overcome setbacks and continue pushing boundaries serves as a great reminder that resilience and a growth mindset are vital.
We also touched on fun facts about success and ambition, exploring how different cultures view these concepts, reinforcing that while perspectives may differ, the principle of thinking big remains universal.
Finally, we engaged in a dialogue that illustrated the common challenges people face when trying to adopt a big thinking mindset. It's clear that overcoming the fear of failure and self-doubt is essential.
Exactly. Now, as we wrap up, we want to emphasize the importance of taking actionable steps in your own life. Don't let fear hold you back. Start by setting one big goal for yourself this week and break it down into manageable steps.
That's a fantastic challenge. Remember, even small actions can lead to significant outcomes. Surround yourself with positive influences and remind yourself that it's okay to fail along the way. Each setback is just a stepping stone to success.
We're excited to delve into that topic. Thank you for joining us today on the English Hustle podcast. Remember to think big, take action, and keep striving for your dreams.
Until next time, keep hustling and stay inspired.